In this video, I'd like to talk about sponsors. Sponsors are often left till the last minute, and members of the organisation go cap in hand and count on the goodwill of the sponsor to donate, with very little reward for the sponsor. There is a much more powerful way to treat sponsors so they feel valued and both parties get excellent value from the transaction. The first thing to do is to analyse your clients and potential clients and identify what their buying habits are or their wish list that they'd like to be doing. Once you've got this information, match it to where they spend their money. In effect, you're going to conduct a marketing campaign for your sponsor by exposing your clients and potential clients to this generous business. You need to have a range of entry points for the sponsors, with rewards commensurate with the donation. Typically, it's a gold, silver, or bronze entry. The potential levels include the branding of all monthly newsletters for X number of months, branding rights in the booth for their pull-up banners, and for the top level, it might be included in radio and TV advertising if that was happening. So work out a few different levels. So if somebody says, look, I can give you $100, but I can't give you $500, you've got a way to satisfy them. Check your organisation to see who has got personal relationships with potential sponsors. And make sure deadlines are put in place to get sponsorship money in. Because the quicker you get it in place, the more value you can give to the sponsors in the newsletters that go out pre-event. You give them a lot more coverage. Now, if millennials are your target, then a smashed avocado breakfast could be a hit. Or a trip down the Tully Rapids, or perhaps a skydiving experience. So this is a good time to brush off those old databases. As a large number of people reached is a metric that will impress your sponsors, especially if they're in their sales demographics. This gives them real exposure and value. The next thing you need to decide is, are you going to offer one prize for the people who enter on the day, or are you going to offer the people who enter on the day multiple prizes once a month for 3 or 6 months? Now, this may be a restaurant meal or tickets to a show, but make sure the biggest prize is held until last. There is a very good reason to string your prizes out. If every month you send a newsletter out to all the people who put their names down at the booth, with just a couple of images, a short story about what's going on, and also who's won the monthly prize. They're going to want to open the newsletter to see who's won the monthly prize. And on top of that, if it was a restaurant, you could ask them to give you a quick review for the next newsletter, so you could give even more value to your sponsor by getting them more publicity. You're looking at building a community. People need to belong somewhere. There's too much things that are rammed in their face, saying buy now, buy now. They need to belong somewhere. So if you stretch out your prizes, it gives you a chance to build a community slowly over those 3 or 6 months. Having a well-designed sponsorship strategy is the best way to leverage an event and turn the interested people into ambassadors that rave about you. Now, let's look what we need to do in the booth.